welcome to ThaiPBS English News Service. Tonight you're with me, Rumkip Chonapalai. The security services from the United States have been checking the government house compound security measures ahead of President Barack Obama's visit to Thailand on November 17th. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister Yingluck Shinawatra called a special cabinet meeting before sending off for England today. Before joining the special cabinet meeting earlier today, brought forward from regular meeting time on Tuesdays, Prime Minister Yingluck Shinawatra refused to say anything about the upcoming censor debate. On the agenda of the meeting today was approval of a commercial ship tax deduction, a budget of 1.4 billion baht to help the Laos road construction project, a budget of over 10 billion baht for the railroad upgrade project. Prime Minister Yingluck Shinawatra has left on a trip to England, from where she will be until November 15th before coming back to welcome Barack Obama's November 17th and then leaving to Myanmar on November 18th. The Secretary General of the Cabinet has welcomed the authorities from the U.S. Embassy and President Barack Obama's safety team who conducted security checks around Government House before Obama's arrival. Today, a truck carrying 120 gallons of nitric acid overturned on Kanchanaburi Road. The authorities have sprayed the road with water to clean up the spill, and they have now removed the truck from the scene. Earlier today, the authorities were busy cleaning up the scene where a truck carrying 120 gallons of nitric acid turned over on Kanchanaburi Road. The police evacuated the people nearby immediately as nitric acid is corrosive to skin and the respiratory system. Newpong Diraksa, the 25-year-old truck driver, told the police that he is an employee of VSKMC company. While he was driving from Samut Prakan province transferring the chemicals to the clients in Saraburi province, the left rear wheel came off, which caused the truck to overturn and nitric acid to spill over the road surface. The authorities rushed to the scene and sprayed water to dilute the chemicals as a precautionary measure and removed the damaged tanker from the road. No one was injured in the incident. The police are now investigating further. After the Marine Police had found a body off the coast of Surat Thani province, the police continued to search for 3 more bodies. The police believe that all the bodies are of the foreign fishing crews. Here's more.
Today, Marine Police in Surat Thani province and volunteer marine rescue groups continue to search for 3 more bodies of fishermen. Reported yesterday that they saw 4 bodies off the coast between Thachana and Chaya districts, about 17 nautical miles from the shore in the Gulf of Thailand. Police Major General Kiatipong Khao Samang, commander of Surat Thani Provincial Police, said that it isn't confirmed yet if the body is that of a Thai national or a foreign worker. The authorities have taken DNA samples to identify the body. Initially, the police believed that he was a member of a foreign fishing cruise. Marine Police said that the team is having difficulty searching for more bodies due to unsettled weather and rough seas.
A former Bank of Thailand governor is warning that the rice pledging scheme could lead to a debt crisis in the Thai economy, despite the government losing 170 billion baht due to the price difference in this project. Academics say this scheme has improved the livelihood of Thais in the rice farming sector. Nipon Popongskon of the Thailand Development and Research Institute, or TDRI, says middle-class farmers and richer farmers, which account for 81% of all farmers in this country, have reaped some 130 billion baht from the government's rice pledging scheme. However, poor farmers, which account for only 18% of the farmers' population, are gaining a meager 11 billion baht from the project. But at a hefty price, the government has lost 170 billion baht due to the price differences. Fellow farmers who joined today's seminar regarding the benefits from rice planting said that many farmers in this country have focused on producing the quantity of rice regardless of the quality of rice. By joining the rice pledging scheme, farmers who joined the project have been found to have increased their debt by 100,000 baht per household on average. This is due to the farmers borrowing money to produce optimum output. former Deputy Prime Minister and former Bank of Thailand Governor Priyathon Tevakul warns that the public debt for Thailand could increase from 44% of GDP today to 49.9% of GDP due to this project. The rice pledging scheme, according to Priyathon, will lessen foreign investors' confidence and in the long term will affect the baht value and, if worse comes to worse, bring about collapse to the Thai economy similar to the Eurozone crisis. The court has yet to issue any order. The petition filed by the Ombudsman to the Central Administrative Court to halt the process of granting 3G licenses to the 3 bid winners of slots on the 2.1 GHz spectrum. However, the National Broadcasting and Telecommunication Commission, or NBTC, calls for the 3 winning mobile network services to clarify the incident. The NBTC's Telecommittee, which is led by the Secretary of the House of Representatives, called in the 3 mobile operators, Advanced Info Service or AIS, DTAC and TrueMove to further review their actions regarding last month's 3G spectrum auction. Initially, the head of committee said it is hard to justify the corruption charges regarding the 3G auction process, and the conclusion will not be announced before November 25th at the soonest. After tomorrow, the committee will call another 14 bidders who didn't participate in the auction for investigation. In addition, the auction operations experts from the International Telecommunication Union or ITU and the consulting companies will be invited to join the discussion later. However, the Ombudsman petitions the Central Administrative Court on Thursday to consider whether the spectrum auction on October 16th lacked free and fair competition as required by the Constitution and the frequency allocation law or not. The court has yet to comment. A strong earthquake of magnitude 6.8 struck northern Myanmar on yesterday, damaging several old Buddhist pagodas, collapsing a bridge and a gold mine, and leaving as many as 12 people feared dead. The moment the quake struck was caught on camera, with footage showing the dome of Mya Tiantan Pagoda swaying dramatically. State television reported that more than a dozen pagodas and stupas in 5 townships were damaged in the quake, and many of them had their so-called umbrellas atop the dome-shaped structures fall down. The uppermost parts of the domes usually contain encased relics of the Lord Buddha and small Buddha images, and sometimes jewels. Damage to them is taken as an especially bad omen. Myanmar's second biggest city of Mandalay reported no casualties or major damage as the nearest major population center to the quake's epicenter near the town of Shrebo. The biggest single death toll was reported by a local administrative officer in Singku Township on the Irrawaddy River near the quake's epicenter, who told the Associated Press that 6 people had died there and another 11 were injured. According to news reports, several people died when a bridge under construction across the Irrawaddy River collapsed east of Shrebo. The bridge linked the town of Singku, 65 kilometers north of Mandalay, on the east bank of the Irrawaddy, with Khiang Nyang on the west bank. Among over 2,000 delegates who are in Beijing for the once-in-a-decade leadership change meeting, there is China's most beautiful mother, a woman who saved a 2-year-old that had fallen from a 10th floor window by catching the child with her bare arms. 31-year-old Wu jumping shot to national fame as a symbol of selfless morality after the July 2011 rescue that crushed her left arm. Wu's popularity has propelled her rise to that of party delegate of Zhejiang province in eastern China. Acting as a bridge between citizens and government, Wu said she has received daily phone calls and endless letters from people who want to share their opinions and suggestions on how to improve their livelihoods. China President Hu Jintao admonished his ruling Communist Party last Thursday, urging it to combat official corruption that has stalked public anger and telling colleagues to maintain firm political control as he prepared to hand over power after a decade in office. Wu praised the government's determination to combat corruption.
就是其实腐败问题可能在各个国家都会有吧，就是不光
Wu would say that there is corruption in every country in the world and also every dynasty in China because they have a certain amount of power and are tempted to do so. China's Communist Party has been well established for 90 years and it is because they attach great importance to this problem. In this year's report, they have strengthened anti-corruption measures. People will trust the leadership of the party even more when government officials are honest. Wu was treated at a specialist orthopedic hospital after she fractured her left arm during a rescue attempt. When she successfully caught a child who fell from a top story of a residential building. She was a quality control employee at the e-commerce giant Alibaba in eastern China, Hangzhou City, but she now works in the city's social responsibility department. Li Keqiang is the man who has been chosen to be China's newest premier and is described as a cautious bureaucrat who rose through and is bound by a consensus-oriented Communist Party. Amazingly, a young girl has turned her artistic talents into an interesting career, which is now earning her a lot of money. A 20-year-old student uses her ability to paint detailed pictures on every small areas to decorate fingernails with traditional Thai art. Her observations of the world around her are also the subject of her mini works of art. A special manicure paintbrush lets her paint precise, perfect vanishes for glossy nails with the exquisite detail of lai kanok or lai dok pakut edible ferns. Apinya Ponkao, a 20-year-old student of art, highlights the Thai painting with a black and gold acrylic manicure. She puts some tiny diamonds on the nails to make them look even more glamorous, but it is reported that just a few of her clients are fond of this style. For more than 2 years, Apinya has enjoyed nail painting as her part-time job because of her passion for art and her unique creativity. She said it is not only supporting her tuition fees, but is also increasing her self-esteem when creating challenging designs like Japanese carp swimming in a stream or minuscule Japanese sushi, which are her own designs. During her manicures, the conversation with her clients is important in creating designs tailored to the individual customer. She said that doing manicures is a way to meditate and educate herself. Even though it is just a small part of our body, nail artists like Apinya consider every piece as a big achievement. And that wraps up tonight's editions of Thai PBS English News Service. Thank you for watching. I'm Nongtip Chonapawai. Have a good night. สวัสดีค่ะ